Alright, so I've seen this anime when I was in middle school, but never finished it until recently, and thank the Lord I did, because what the fuck did I witness? I can't imagine if this place existed in real life. Enough yapping, let me get into it. The story takes place in 2023. Our main character is a kid named Ganta, looking at an amusement park on a hologram on his phone. Yeah, this came out in 2011. I don't know why these niggas thought we was gonna be this advanced in a decade, but fuck it. It was a normal day until a man dripped in red descends in front of his classroom window, then attacks the whole class, sending Ganta flying. He gets up and somehow he was the only survivor. The red man pulled up on him and put a red stone in his chest, making him pass out. He woke up and the police was ready to take him away. Then they gave him this weak ass attorney, bro. You already know the trial was cooked. After the ruling was guilty of murder, they take him to the amusement park itself, DEADMAN Wonderland. We then meet the warden named Makina.
She kinda bad though.
We learn that DEADMAN Wonderland is a prison used as an amusement park for citizens' entertainment.
Does the fresh meat have any questions?
Yeah. How big are those titties?
I'm a G.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
This NPC bumps into Ganta, and Shorty wasted no time slicing his ass. We see the fake ass attorney named Tamaki, who actually is the promoter of this place. Later on, Ganta meets Shorty named Shiro and claims they know each other, but he don't know what the fuck going on. 3 niggas try to press Ganta and Shiro actually starts to box them, but sadly got her ass dropped. Ganta tried to get back, but his weak ass wasn't doing nothing. Then his tower explodes, and that's when his powers awakened. Ganta learns from a fellow inmate, Yo, that in order to have a decent meal in the prison, he needs to earn CAS points. He learns of a dog race in which he can win a big prize, and Shiro joins him in that race. Then we see Yo telling the promoter that Ganta is entering the dog race. The damn fucking snake. In the locker room, they encounter an inmate named Kazumasa, who starts to beat the brakes off of Ganta and Yo until the warden silences him. Ganta soon learns that in order to avoid being killed by a poison, he needs to eat an antidote known as candy, which was stolen by Yo the other day. Ganta realizes that in order to survive, he needs to win the race in order to purchase a new one. But he soon learns the course is filled with death traps. Like, bro, sniping these niggas in broad day.
Team perfect's wrong. Told you, G4. Besides, how stupid you gotta be to think this cheese is real. Hell, even if it was, they're friggin' criminals.
Thanks to Shiro bailing him out, Ganta and Shiro makes it to the final stage against Kazumasa, where they have to hold onto a ball and avoid falling into a spike pit. Ganta decides to stand up to Kazumasa, who eventually falls to his death. In the closing moments of the round, Ganta is forced to sacrifice the ball and the prize money in order to keep Shiro from falling. W-Mans put in charge of observing him by the promoter. Yo gives Ganta a piece of candy so he can keep living, unaware that he's putting him in his debt. While they outside, the red man pulls up on him and breaks loose. Ganta tries to attack him, but that ain't do shit. The red man escapes and Ganta falls unconscious. After waking up, Ganta hears from the other witnesses that they keep Wretched Egg, aka Red Man, locked up in G-Block, so he and Shiro head towards there. Deeming him dangerous, Makina puts the facility on lockdown and sends a whole robot after Ganta. As it approaches them, Ganta and Yo follow Shiro into a secret passage leading to the G-Block. As Shiro kicks the robot, it wasn't over until it is destroyed by another inmate with the same powers as Ganta. Believing him to be the Red Man, Ganta attacks the strange inmate known as Senji, aka Crow, but falls at a disadvantage against the blades he can form with his blood. After learning the nature of his power, the branches of sin, Ganta launches a counterattack, though soon realizes he's not the Red Man, but one of several dead men with the same power. Crow tries to attack Ganta again, but Shiro kicks him before a special unit appears, tranquilizing Ganta and Crow and taking Shiro and Yo to an empty corridor. As Ganta is examined, he comes face to face with Tamaki, who reveals he rigged Ganta's jury verdict to get him sent to DEADMAN Wonderland before revealing Ganta will face off against Crow in a battle the next day, tempting him with the prospect of coming face to face with the Red Man, as Ganta is tortured with footage of what a corpse carnival entails. Jesus Christ, bro. This nigga is sick! Ganta is sent into his corpse carnival match with Crow. As soon as the buzzer goes off, he starts to climb up the tree and controls his blood enough to start shooting. He's left at a disadvantage as his projectiles make use of too much blood, causing him to develop anemia. While he was getting belt to ass, he recalls memories of Shiro and manages to stand back up, using the environment to get a hit on Crow, putting a hand on his chest. After escaping the corridor, Yo and Shiro head towards G-Block after Yo hears the whereabouts of a woman he's searching for. After Ganta recovers from his victory, he is horrified to find that Crow is forced to have one of his eyes removed as a result of losing. Look at the nurse, bruh. She likes this shit. Had him throwing up. As Yo uses Shiro as a diversion so he can escape on his own, he bears witness to her true destructive ability, as she herself has the branches of sin. Back in his room, Ganta overhears someone in the halls. There he finds a large man attempting to eat a young girl's flowers. Ganta quickly offers up his food to the man in exchange to leave the girl alone. The man gladly takes the food, but is still not satisfied. Once again attempts to eat the flowers, but falls. The girl quickly grabs Ganta and runs off before the man has enough time to get back up. From there, she leads Ganta to her room. The girl introduces herself as Minatsuki. She tells him of how her father abused her after her mother's death, until one day she activated her branch of sin and killed her father. We then find out she is the younger sister of Yo, does not know about her branch of sin power and believes she's been falsely accused. After her story, Ganta tells her that they should run away together and escape from DEADMAN Wonderland so they don't endure any more pain. They try to escape and yeah, that shit did not go well at all. Once they are caught, Ganta finds out that she's his next opponent in the Carnival Corpse. During the Carnival Corpse, Ganta tells Minatsuki that he will not fight her, and that's when she reveals her true personality and attacks him with her branch of sin whip wing, which are invisible threads that cannot be seen by the naked eye. It turns out that she had been lying to him from the very beginning, bruh. Mad as hell, Ganta attacks her but is interrupted by Yo. He then finds out that his sister's a dead man and announces that the only reason he was there was to save up enough cast points to buy his sister's freedom. Minatsuki uses this distraction to attack Ganta with her whips to put on her innocent sister act. Her attempts fail. When Yo realizes she lied about their father abusing her, she then captures Yo and uses him as a shield to block Ganta's attack. She tells him that her brother isn't the friend-making type. Crazy shit, bruh. Ganta wasn't trying to hear her yapping and tries to hit Minatsuki using the ricochet of his bullets, in which he succeeds. Minatsuki is distracted and Ganta manages to free Yo by aiming for Minatsuki's hair, which is the source of her whip wings. He then walked her down, headbutts her to get the dub. Later on, we get an update on Shiro's whereabouts. And then it gets revealed that this whole time the red man was Shiro all along? Apparently, she's usually controlled by the lullaby, which is a song to keep her powers under control. Yo finally found his cast points, makes his way back towards his sister, but is stopped by Tamaki and a red-haired man named Genkaku. There he finds out that he cannot use his cast points to shorten his sister's sentence, and that she still must go through with the penalty game. In a rage, Yo attacks Tamaki, but is countered by Genkaku, who hits him multiple times with this big-ass gun. Golly! Ganta runs into a new girl who punches the hell out of him. He later wakes up to her as she introduces herself as Koshio and a part of a gang named Scar Chain. That's when the leader named Nagi pulls up, telling him their goal is to destroy DEADMAN Wonderland. In a hurry, Ganta tries to leave before the penalty game can begin, but it's already too late. Ganta explains to Nagi that he must stop Minatsuki from getting hurt. Nagi understands, makes a call, and has the slot machine rigged, which results in Minatsuki only having her hair cut. Before they can celebrate, Genkaku appears with a wounded Yo, wasting no time fucking up Koshio. Ganta then tries to attack him, but fails. Genkaku readies his weapon. This nigga got a machine gun disguised as an electric guitar. Just in time, Shiro bails his ass out again. I'm watching you. Breaks Genkaku's gun and he decides to leave. We start to meet the rest of the gang, including a nigga named Bundo, who are plotting to expose DEADMAN Wonderland's secret on Inspection Week. Ganta decides to join Scar Chain. Nagi and Bundo go to the security room. Ganta and the others are chased by a robot, and that's when Koshio opts to stay behind to save the others. She does just that, putting belt to ass on that clanker. Meanwhile, Nagi is betrayed by Bundo and confronted by an undertaker named Hibana, who uses a special weapon to neutralize his branches of sin. As Hibana starts slicing off bits of Nagi's flesh, he provokes her into chopping off his arm, giving him the opportunity to activate the elevator Ganta's group needs to take. However, Ganta's group is confronted by Genkaku and his men, leaving only Ganta and a few others alive to carry the chip containing the information. While bleeding to death, Nagi makes a call to the hideout, which Todo tells Shiro that the chip is really a bomb, and Shiro catches up to Ganta and throws the chip into a fire. Ganta becomes angry at Shiro for throwing away the data chip to the point he punches her.
I can't co-sign that, big brother, but I ain't mad at you for what you do. I ain't mad at you for nothing you do.
I'm sick and tired of your shit!
Telling her he never wants to see her again. Damn crybaby ass nigga, dramatic ass nigga. Meanwhile, Makina investigates Tamaki's office. And bro, why is she...
Kind of off topic, ma'am, but seriously, what's your secret?
Hot sake for breakfast and red wine with every meal. A porterhouse for dessert. Stay on task, Kasuga. Stop gawking.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bruh. Her lieutenant horny as hell, but we gonna keep it pushing. overhearing the conversation between him and the defense secretary, Aoi, concerning the dead men. As Koshio and the others discuss their plan, Bundo pulls up and starts crashing out and says the data chip was actually a bomb he made before announcing that the group is being held hostage, unless Nagi agrees to become an Undertaker, which is crazy since Genkaku was the one that killed his wife. As Bundo decides to take out Ganta first with his goons, Crow appears on the scene, managing to kill most of the Undertakers using his invisible black technique. My goat. As Shiro's down bad from her situation with Ganta, she meets Todo, again trying to cheer her up. Ganta asks Crow to teach him how to use his branches of sin to fight. Meanwhile, with Bundo tied up, Koshio attempts to infiltrate the Undertakers by disguising herself as an Undertaker. Shiro, drunk off liquor sweets, appears before Genkaku, who also discovers Koshio. Just as Ganta manages to produce a blood bullet that can break the sound barrier, Genkaku announces his capturing of Koshio and Shiro on the big screen. Ganta rushes to where they are, but gets stopped by the Undertakers until Minatsuki comes clutch and saved his ass. He makes it and uses his blood bullets to drop these niggas. Shiro breaks free to run to him, but gets her leg cooked by Hibana. Golly! Genkaku plays his guitar and then comes out Nagi, who had been broken by Genkaku into a raging demon. Continuing his rage, attacking with his branch of sin, killing people with it, Nagi continues rampaging, while Genkaku calmly stands there smiling with a deranged psychopathic look on his face. Meanwhile, Nagi has now approached Shiro and attempts to punch her, but Ganta has instead taken the blow. Nagi keeps hitting Ganta, and he begs for Nagi to stop, but he doesn't. Nagi prepares to knock out Shiro too, but Ganta pushes her away, and he takes the punch again. Koshio's pushing herself across the floor, obviously in pain, asking Nagi to stop. Koshio's bell rings and gets Nagi to snap out of it. Sadly, the reunion was short-lived, as she gets stabbed by Genkaku's sick ass. That makes Ganta lock in, and his bullet sends him flying. Ain't hurt him though, and Koshio was able to save herself. Thank the Lord fine shit ain't die. But sadly, can't say the same for Nagi. This nigga put a hole in his stomach. Yeah, he wasn't done. He then started shooting the other Undertakers. Hibana gets hit and starts to run off, but runs into Todo. Yeah, she didn't stand a chance. Packed her ass up. Shiro fixed her legs and was gonna step in, but Ganta said he got it. He lets this big ass bullet off, and Genkaku can't deflect it. Nagi grabs him so he can't run either. It was all she wrote. Nagi gets his last words off and dies. Ganta and Shiro reconcile. Koshio and a few others escape, and for reasons to be unknown, Ganta and Shiro are still here, and we will never find out since the anime never continued, so I guess I'll read the manga. So until next time, I'm out.